Yeah?
Dun, 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 you're as cold as ice. There's no need to sacrifice our love.
Alright, we're good. Hello, people. It's us, Tubers Game. I'm your host, Bro.
I'm your host, Older Bro.
And today we're back and struggling to get headphones in. It's
Yep.
Katawa Shoujo.
Now,
Okay.
is the sound actually disabled, so it's not going to have a random notification eventually on your phone?
Nope. I made sure it wasn't.
Good. Perfect.
Okay. No time.
Load the 20-second corner.
Yeah, guys, I need some happiness right now because I lost in Fortnite all day.
Oh, that's great.
And we played for about 5 hours. All day, just losing.
All day, every day, younger bro's crying in a corner. I asked you a question, Nakai.
Yeah, I tried to get Hershey to play, and he was going to play at the last second. He's like, oh, shit, I can't. I have to update. Yeah. And he said it would take 20 minutes. It was at like 7:40.
Yep.
So I was like, well, can't do that.
Yep. Well, your doodling finally got you in trouble.
I shake my head to fend off the dizziness. The teacher's looking at me as is everyone else in the class. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I have some shit going down.
You are going to get called into the hall again. What is the distance between... Never mind. Different question. Why are you here in this class?
To, learn physics.
Yes, well, no, but that's the answer I wanted to hear.
To learn.
To acquire knowledge is the secondary reason for you being in the school. The primary one is to learn the rules of society, the norms and ethics that govern your everyday life.
I know that. Unfortunately, my heart condition is just getting in the way of that.
That's not relevant to this point. You don't come to the school for the classes, you come to interact with the other people there, your classmates who are your equals, and the teachers who are your superiors. You learn how to form social contacts and maintain them. In other words, how to be a part of society. The school itself is a microcosm of the entire society.
I think that's one way to
No, that's
at school.
no.
Like,
this is not him. His just like him coming up with shit off the top of his head.
Truthful.
This is not him just being like, well, I'm trying to teach, like trying to make you understand why you should be paying more attention to my class. It's yes. This is why homeschooling is fine and all, but it's one of those things where
you don't get that social connection.
Yes.
And
this is why
that can kill you.
Yeah. Well, again, it's
to an extent.
To an extent. So it's like, yeah. That's why public school sucks. But the reason public school sucks is because you are literally interacting with, as he said, a microcosm of all society. Both the worst and best people in the universe are in your school all at once, and you have to deal with all of them. So it's like, that's the most important thing about going to like a public school. It's like, yeah, you can go to a private school, you can go to public school, you can go to like religious school if you want to. None of it matters. But like if you go to a homeschooling environment and you never interact with anyone but your parents, you are not going to learn how
social skills.
You're not going to learn any social skills to interact with other people, and that's the main thing you should be getting out of school, and also the secondary education stuff. But like,
is this Sherlock?
Just I'm guessing John Locke. Locke was the one who realized that, school's not just a place for learning, and of all the kids your age, you guys should know that better than anyone else.
He pauses for a moment and lets his eyes sweep over the class to see if the message sunk in. I got it! Hey! At the very least, it shut everyone up and got them to focus on him, captivated either by his voice or the sudden change of topic from physics to philosophy of education.
Yeah. However, my classes, as you so aptly put, are a place for learning about physics.
He points at me with the piece of chalk he's holding.
So no sleeping during class. Got it, Nakai?
Wait, was I sleeping? I thought I was just daydreaming.
Same thing.
Yes, sir. From the corner of my eye, I catch Shisune's scowl and Misha's barely contained giggle. I sink deeper into my seat. After classes end, I'm the last one to leave the classroom.
I'm surprised about that. The fact that you didn't leave first.
Yeah, I close the door behind me and quietly make my way to the art room. I was only ever out of my class, like, last once.
Yeah.
And it was the last class of the day, so I had to help my teacher close everything up.
Yep.
Well, I offered to help him, actually. Club time passes in relative peace and quiet. I thought we were going to quit it. I sit in my
You might
usual
not have done that yet.
seat next to Ren, but she doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood. She's even more distant than usual. Well, seeing as how the title of this arc is Distance.
Well, that's the thing. I don't necessarily know if this is going to be distant or distance. As in, like...
I don't think they are mad at each other or anything. It's just probably things are awkward between them.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm not sure it's saying distance as in, like, a rift forms between the two of you or you grow further apart. I think they might be using it a bit more flowerly, as in, like, she's going the distance, or, like, I don't necessarily know that it's you two are growing apart. So I've yet to confirm.
I think it might be growing apart.
It could be. Unclear.
Today we are going to draw still life and get to choose from either a vase full of fake flowers or an arrangement of rocks, sticks, and canvas. I've had this class where I had to choose between a vase or something.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't rocks.
But something else that was equally as, like, detailed.
It was like a cup.
Yeah.
The teacher encourages us to gather around the preferred...
Why do you say the teacher and not the name of the teacher? They don't have a different teacher. It's the art club. Or is this
what's a motif?
Motif. Motif is like the... I can't exactly describe motif. It's like it's basically like... Let me look up the best definition of this, because I am gonna struggle to come up with words
like, is it a type of desk? A type of...
No, motif it's an art term. It's referring to, like, how the art is presented effectively. Like, I'll pull up motif.
Okay. Emphasizing perspective, texture, and lighting as the key points of this exercise.
So motif in this situation, it's saying, like, a recurrent thematic element in art or literary work. So it's a recurring theme or recurring element, or in this case, the dominant theme or central idea. So it's saying, like, they're using motif to mean, like, the subject effectively.
Okay.
So
I look at Ren to see if she prefers one of the subjects over the other, but she just tilts her head, signifying nothing. The club members quickly shuffle their chairs. They Pokemon shuffle around the classroom to get closer to either the vase or the clutter. Ren and I both pick the flower base, but only one of us seems to do any work. She's ignoring Nomiya's assignment, just like she suddenly started ignoring me, and has begun doodling something idly with her feet. It would be great if she's doodling you.
No, I think she's working on her, like,
impress.
Yeah, like, her big project.
Yeah, big project.
Yeah.
Not really even looking at what she's drawing. I tried to catch her gaze, but she's looking out the window. It's making me uneasy. Ren almost looks like she's asleep, with the way she's leaning back against the chair with her legs. Oh my god, she's gonna fall over! Her legs resting easily on the desk. She's now completely given up on the drawing. The more I try to relax, ignore her, and just be myself, the more it feels like I should ask if something's wrong. You should do that. He doesn't do that. After club activities are over and others have filed out, Ren gets up from her seat and marches over to Nomiya with unusual determination. I will do it. Nomiya, who was humming to himself "What a Wonderful World" while sorting a box of pencils by hardness, turns around with a mixed expression of friendliness and incomprehension. Ugh. on his face.
What will you do, my girl?
A gallery person. I can talk with that person. At least yesterday I thought I could. And today too. I think I want to try it. I'm going to go all the way, unlike with Hisao over there. He's a meanie. The widest smile I've ever seen on any person's face lights up the teacher's features. He is almost literally beaming. Yeah, why don't you just say his name?
Oh, wonderful. I had almost lost hope. Such a hard-headed girl you are, but I knew that sooner or later you'd understand as well. I will call my good friend Sae Saionji and arrange a meeting. You'll need to show her your work so she can estimate it. I've told her about you, but obviously you should talk face to face. This is so exciting, isn't it?
Nomiya is talking more to himself than
Why
to us.
his tongue stuck out? What the fuck?
And walking in circles around his desk, waving his arms around wildly all the while. He picks up his cell phone from the breast pocket of his jacket and flips it open with a stylish movement, starting to look for the number to call. While he searches, he notices me staring and gives me a beaming thumbs up. I shrug at him, doing my best to not look smug. Nomiya finds the number and makes the call, turning away from us and lowering his voice once it goes through, even so I can hear his excited tone.
Hello, headmaster. Actually, this is the art teacher, Mr. B.
Hey,
Also,
Mr. B.
hello, Mr. B.
The call doesn't last long.
Fabulous. Sae is at the gallery right now, and she said we could stop by right away if that's fine. This is most excellent.
Excellent choice.
Do you have some kind
No,
of...
that's me.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have some kind of portfolio to show, Rin? She just shakes her head at the question.
Never fear, I've taken some photos of your paintings. We can bring those and maybe a couple originals with us. Those will be quite sufficient for now.
Oh, I think we did a bad thing.
Your tie is excellent. It is a fine tie.
Yeah,
It's polka dots.
he's not a bad character. I like him.
There should be some recent ones around here in the back, right?
He pulls out a folder full of photos out of the desk drawer, then charges, right?
Yeah.
Towards the back, and where there's a small storage room and extra cabinets for all the materials and tools the art classes and club use.
Yeah.
Just say classes minus
Well,
club.
no, because the art classes are for the class that meets in the club room throughout the rest of the day. The club is for the after-school activities.
I wouldn't see how those items are any different than what he uses for the club.
They're not, but he's not talking about the items. He's talking about which people use those items. So the art class people use those items, and the art club people use those items.
Anyway, he soon finds what he was looking for and crudely wraps two of Ren's paintings and some brown packaging paper.
Nakai, would you carry these to my car?
I pick up the two oil paintings. They aren't heavy, but they do make navigation somewhat cumbersome as I follow Nomiya and Rin to the parking lot. Party! Nomiya has a pretty nice car. Not something I'd expect a high school teacher to drive. I wonder what kind of salaries they earn at Yamaku. The canvases are stuffed into the trunk where they just briefly fit. At the teacher's over-enthusiastic prompting, I get in the car along with them. Rin answers my questioning stare with a confirming nod and a nonchalant shrug. I guess I've become some sort of assistant for her.
Congratulations, you are now the artist's assistant.
Okay, later I'm gonna practice putting my canvas on your back.
No. Her canvas will be your back.
Oh, and also I'm gonna have you get on the floor so you can be a stool. I need to sit a lot. Hope your knees can take it.
I mean, we don't. That could be his fetish for all we know.
Please sit on me, senpai. Nomiya doesn't go light on the pedal. A smooth ride. Takes just about 10 minutes to bring us to the city center. Where we pull into a tiny parking lot and get out of the car. I pick up the paintings again, looking around. It's just like any city in Japan, really. Same style buildings, people hurrying here and there, office workers sweating in their suits in the summer heat. Wide tree line and dead body, what? Tree lined streets are something you see everywhere, though. I like how when I said that, older bro looked up at the screen.
No, I just wanted to see how different it was compared to what you were saying.
Hey, kids, you want to see a dead body? Maybe it's the city speciality. It definitely has that feel of a city, which I thought I had already forgotten. I feel immediately comfortable walking around. I haven't actually been here before. I haven't been here before. You're lying.
No, in that case, it's about time. It's a great city. Lots of wonderful folks around here, and most important of all, a vibrant cultural life. Our size place is just around the corner.
After turning around 3 more corners, Nomiya stops in front of a door. There is a nameplate in big red letters over it. 22nd corner. It sounds like an art place. Is this really the 22nd corner?
I think it's just a name, hon. I don't think they care that much.
Dude, yes! I was thinking this, and the character said it. Of what? Ah. That's bothering me too. I mean, where to start counting? In which way do you count? Yeah, the main character and Ren are on the same page.
I mean, that's very important in a relationship.
Ren gets worked up over the strangest things. Unlike me, Nomiya ignores her completely and brushes the door open. I think she should do stand up, honestly. Can I get somebody to talk in the audience? No one's talking. Well, I'm out.
I'm sorry, you're all too boring.
You're all boring me. I'm bored. You're boring me.
I thought you were supposed to entertain us! No.
No. The gallery
You thought wrong.
Come clean up your own damn mess. So, you're fighting Krillin. Oh, God! The gallery is very... Yeah, I've yet to pick the person I want to fight you next. Gallery is very clean looking, and the air conditioning makes it... Oh, you're making me warmer! Guys, you have no idea how hot I am. I had to literally hold an ice pack in my hands earlier, because I was that damn fucking hot. Conditioning makes it cool and very comfortable. The white cells and big windows facing onto the busy street make the whole place feel airy and bright. There's nobody around whom I can see, however. This doesn't look like an art museum. This looks like a hairstylist.
They said it was technically they said it was a downtown studio, so it isn't necessarily a full museum.
I guess. Okay, I suppose you're right. This isn't necessarily an art museum, but okay. Most of the floor space is empty, with only a few large tables and a counter for furniture. There are paintings too, of course. A poster advertises an exhibition for an artist I've never heard of. Leonardo DiCaprio Jr. Most of his works seem to be portraits of landscapes done in a more traditional style than Ren's abstraction. Summoned by the bell on the door.
This person looks less well drawn than the rest so far.
A lady who looks maybe around Nomiya's age comes from around the corner. She's dressed in a sharp suit, her straight dark hair in a perfect ponytail behind her head. This is Samus when she's older. She just dyed her hair black.
I don't like the idea of Samus showing up somewhere in a business suit.
Business as usual. A pair of flashy, expensive-looking eyeglasses frame her eyes. On second glance, I'm not so sure of her age anymore. She looks old and yet not actually old. She's probably in her 40s.
Sae, hello.
She clearly recognizes the teacher, greeting him warmly. Oh, there you are, Shinichi, and so quickly. I take it that these two are your students?
Indeed, let me introduce you. This is Rin Tezuka, the one I spoke to you about. And the healthy-looking lad over there is Hisao Nakai.
Nice to meet you, I'm her stool. What?
No, you're not supposed to. You know what? I don't care.
Not in public, honey. She takes a long, hard look at both of us, especially me saying I'm stool.
No, Rin.
Especially Rin. It feels like we're being evaluated, that a worth of some abstract kind is being calculated for us. Her eyes linger for a long time on Rin. On her eyes, her empty sleeves tied in knots, her posture. Sae takes her first impression of Rin with an intensity I've not seen used by anyone else before. Once finished, she smiles amiably. Pleased to meet you both. My name is Sae
Saionji.
Saionji. Don't get used to my last name. I'm the owner of this gallery. Could I maybe offer you some tea? A spot of tea?
Oh, no, thank you. We're fine. Let's get down to business.
Oh, God, she's British.
Let's get down to business.
I lay the paintings on a tabletop to give the gallery owner a better view, and Nomiya pulls out his folder of photos. Old lady, how'd you hear what I'm thinking? Rin works carefully, absent-mindedly, brushing her cheek with her fingers while letting her gaze sweep over the paintings. Her eyes remind me of a bird of prey. That's a different book of some sort. They're so sharp and somehow very calculating. She takes her time, slowly going over the paintings in order without uttering a single word. Even the teacher looks very nervous. He tries to point out certain details and other things about Ren's work, but it seems like she's not listening.
If I sing again...
We're going to 5150 him.
I don't know what that means,
What
Mr.
does
B.
that mean? Just say you're going 911 him. That makes more sense.
I, for many reasons, don't think that makes more sense and is not comforting in any way. Also, that's a war crime.
We're going to get Rick to do it.
No.
Alright, everybody stay in your seats or we're going 911 it. So good. Oh, no, man.
I apologize for younger bro again.
We
have a command
Rick
for
and
that.
Morty. It's police lingo for involuntary. Thank you, Mr. B.
Psychiatrically hold for the safety of self and others. My singing is not a danger to myself and others.
Besides, I'm the one that's going to sing next with the next sing mode. Trying to look for some hint of a reaction on the gallery owner's face. Ren lets her gaze wander around the gallery space. Suddenly, she pipes up.
You know, Mr. B, younger bro has a plan to do, like, a music thing. So, if you think that our singing is a problem, be concerned.
Is this really the 20-second corner?
I meant your singing. Yeah, the singing project would be like a Two Bros Game Night album, Mr. B. So it would include my singing.
Sae raises her gaze from the paintings and look at Rin, but doesn't answer. It's probably for the best. I look at Rin, but I'm just dying. She takes stock of Rin's slouchy posture and her dreamy eyes that are again moving restlessly about. The way Rin seems to be detached from a situation that's supposed to be very important for her annoys me just a little. I'm practically holding my breath here. After Sae has gone through all of Nomiya's photos and inspected the two oil paintings I hold here, She goes through all the material again, this time at a quicker pace. Finally, she gives her verdict. I like it. Though, if you don't mind me saying, we're still a bit immature. Sorry, you're still a bit immature, searching for your own direction, perhaps.
Today's stupid teenager interaction of the day. Me, remember what rule 1 is. Student X, focus on algebra test. 15 minutes later. Me, X, rule 1. X, I keep not focusing on algebra tasks.
She picks up one of the photos. Still, just look at this. I just can't take my eyes off it, like a little kitten playing around. That's what your art makes me feel, young lady. Thank you, I think. You still haven't answered my question. Is this the 22nd corner or not? Nobody has ever said that before, I think. That's all that Rin has to say. Something about what the gallery owner says and how she says it makes it sound...
Patronizing.
I thought it was patronizing.
Same thing.
To me, but I hold my tongue. I don't think Rin is enjoying this. Not one bit. I think she likes to draw for herself. I don't think she wants to put them on display.
Maybe.
And I think we need to help her realize
that. Anyways, what a wonderful imagination, though, isn't it? I've always said that Tezuka has great eye for composition and color harmony and technique. Remember, all these are done with her feet. Of course, we'd need to put some of the simpler ones on display, too, for the lay people, right, Sae?
The teacher snorts. I
can't do that sound. Derisively.
Derisively.
You know how those Philistines are. What do they understand about real art? They'd just be at a loss with the abstractions and themes here. But it'll generate more publicity, and that's good, isn't it?
Sae smiles gently at Nomiya's remark and turns back to the paintings. I wonder. To tell you the truth, I just don't know if all this makes any exhibition. Even if I like it, I don't get the feel of a theme of cohesion. There's no overture, and really...
You know what? I don't know this word. All I know is you didn't pronounce it right, but I have no idea how to pronounce it right.
And really, who would expect such from a young artist like the kitten here?
Oh, no, it's definitely doable. Especially if we get a few new pieces and touch up some old ones.
I don't mind painting more. I'll do anything. It's a bit of a stretch.
Trust me, I wouldn't come to you if I didn't believe Tezuka was ready. You can see it too, can't you? I know exactly what her kind is capable of, and you do too.
Those words give the gallerist lady a pause. A hollow, bottomless look takes over her eyes for a moment, as if she was looking through or maybe past Nomiya. She says nothing, but her mouth becomes a tight, flat line, as if stretched. Finally, the moment passes. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Sae sighs and takes a few steps, walking in a circle as if to help organize her thoughts. She takes another look at a photo of the painting she particularly liked, the one that made her call Rin a kitten. She places her hand over her mouth, lost for words. After a few moments, she shakes her head. I don't know what to say. After seeing you, dear, and these paintings of yours, would you excuse us for a moment? I want to talk to your teacher in private for a bit. Oh boy. I don't think that's good.
No, I don't.
Sae draws...
He said something? Like, basically, the way I'm going to say this is, he talked almost in code there for a second. He said something to her that we don't know the context of, but she does. Yeah. She then re-looked at one artwork, had a completely different reaction to it. So, I don't think that was a bad statement. I think that was that was probably something on the lines of, I believe this girl is the next great artist or something. Or something. He said something, but I have no idea what he said.
Yeah. Sae draws the art teacher aside, and they talk in hushed tones for a while. I can't hear what they are saying, but over her shoulder, I can see the lines around the corners of her mouth tighten as she motions with her hands in time with her words. The expression of her face is, what kind of expression is it? I couldn't say. Once they're done discussing whatever they had to discuss, they give one another a serious look. I feel something that goes beyond mere words transpiring there. They walk back to us. Sae looks seriously at Rin, her left hand reaching as if instinctively towards a pack of cigarettes that's lying on the table. She picks the pack up and extracts one, looks at it absent-mindedly as if only now realizing she did so, and puts it back. Finally, she locks eyes with Rin, evaluating her once more. All right, little kitten. I'm going to believe in you. I'll display your paintings in here, but from what I can see, this is not enough. You don't really have a cohesive theme, and you don't have enough of the good stuff. Ooh. You're going to have to work hard to actually get something that we can put on exhibit here. I know. It's a good thing my gallery is so small, no? Rin already spends pretty much every free waking moment she has painting. How is it possible to work any harder? She'd have to skip classes to do more than she already does, and how can anyone work that much? You'd be surprised, Hisao.
You would.
Silence falls in the gallery after my words. Sae looks at the teacher, who is looking contemplatively at his star student. I look at all three of them, confused.
It's doable.
What do you mean?
I mean, the school is special. The board puts great value on things such as this. I'm sure I could arrange some leave for her. It's not unprecedented by any means. So, yeah.
So
he
this
literally
is
going to... Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
This was the other thing I was thinking of.
That could be it. I'll discuss with her parents too, but they've been quite supportive. However, it might be a bit of a stretch to get working space for her at the school if she's not actually going to attend classes. Actually, I was thinking about this before. Do you use the place upstairs for anything?
No, I don't. Haven't since back then. It's more like a landfill than an atelier.
Atelier. I have no idea.
Atelier. Now, an atelier is like... The best way I can describe it is it's a place with canvases around you, and like the ceiling is glass, like you can see through. It's a see-through ceiling room, I think.
Oh, it's a studio workshop. It's just another word for studio workshop. Okay, so you're correct, but the glass is irrelevant. It's just the workshop.
The glass is an accessory.
Yeah, the glass is an accessory to the workshop.
Upstairs. I own a small... I can't pronounce it anymore.
Just say studio instead.
I own a small studio
apartment
on the top floor of this building, but it hasn't been in use for goodness. It's been so long, hasn't it? Her eyes lapped in Nomiya, who has a strange
I
muted
believe
expression on
the
his
context
face.
here is that if they weren't married,
they used to be a thing.
That he was the one using that studio apartment.
Maybe she's his apprentice.
Could be. Indeed, do you think?
I do think, and I don't like it. Even Nomiya, in all of his brashness, has trouble coming straight out with the question. Sae, of course, sees through him and throws up her hands, sighing deeply. I guess I can't say no, can I? Very well. I'll lend you the use of that place as well, if needed. It's not like I really use it.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
Don't celebrate yet. It really is a mess, so don't be shocked when you first see it. However, you can use it as you see fit. Since it's a studio, it already has essentials and things like that. You'll only need your own tools and materials, and to somehow clean it up a bit. It's not habitable though, so I can't let you live there. I doubt your school or parents would allow that in any case. Okay. However, it's convenient to crash there overnight if necessary. I won't mind.
I think there's supposed to be an if in that segment, but they didn't put it in there.
Okay.
Ha ha ha! Most excellent, isn't it, Tezuka?
He enthusiastically pats Ren on the shoulder, laughing in relief and happiness as if all this good fortune landed on him personally. Sae smiles as well, perhaps more amused by the old teacher's glee than anything else. Oh dear, Shinichi, this really is like back then. Are you sure we all haven't bitten off more than we can chew? She looks at Ren, who seems to be oddly subdued despite all this. I hope it will be worth it, kitten. She holds out her hand as if to shake Ren's, but realizes the impossibility and quickly moves to pat her on the shoulder. Ren looks back at her slightly, her eyes serious and impenetrable like the dark of the night.
So, okay. You are correct that it was a distance, but it was a different kind of distance.
Yeah, she's
as
gonna
in
get sucked into
it's
her
a
work.
physical, actual distance, as in physically is not at the building anymore.
Ren applies for, and thanks to
Nomiya
pursuing the principal, pressuring the principal, I'm sure is granted leave for the rest of the term for exceptional extracurricular activities. She has to make up for it during summer vacation, but it seems she doesn't mind. Ren will still be able to eat and sleep at school, of course. She just doesn't have to go to classes. I'm not entirely sure if I envy her or not. It all makes me feel anxious somehow. It's the last day of school for Ren. I feel like I should send her off with a word of encouragement, or at least say something. It was sort of due to my influence that she decided to dive headfirst into this after all. My class ends a good 20 minutes early, so I walk down to the lobby and buy a can of juice and sit down on a bench and wait for Ren. She's not there. I pull out a novel from my bag, it's Nichijou, and search for the place where I was. Time stretches comfortably over the warm afternoon while I idly sip my orange juice and read a few chapters of the book. The plot doesn't seem to advance at all, but it's all the same for me. It's all clips. The bell rings to the end of the day, and students shuffle to the club meetings or outside. Nobody notices me sitting on the bench with my nose in a novel. I keep watch for Rin, but I don't see her familiar face or red-tinted hair passing by. Because she's already there. I check my watch 20 minutes past the end of class when the lobby has all but emptied of people again. Even Ren should have already managed to get out of class, but either I missed her walking by or she never came downstairs. Perhaps she went to the art club room for some last minute things instead, or got held back by her strict homeroom teacher. I haven't really waited that long, but having grown tired of it already, I decided to go find her myself. I stuffed my book back in the bag and throw the now empty juice can in a trash bin, then climb upstairs. The hallway is eerily quiet as there are no club rooms apart from the art room nearby. I check there first, but not even the teacher is in. Coming back towards the stairwell, I quietly knock on the door of 3-4 and push the door open to peek in. Yellow sunbeam across the classroom, falling across the floor. The dust and chalk floating slowly in the air make the light almost palpable. The entire room bathes in the gentle light shining through the windows, washing the shadows away. Only one person is inside the classroom. Let me guess. Not her! I was going to say it was the blind girl, but alright.
No.
Ren sits in what I assume is her seat, next to the window in the third row. Her head rests against the desk. I wonder if she slept through it all. Apparently not even Emi had the heart or maybe the capability to wake her. I close the door quietly, walking past the neat, even rows of desks. I go over where she sits. Ren? My mouth is suddenly so dry that the word comes out as a tiny whisper. She doesn't answer, so I set my bag down on the floor next to hers and lean over to look at her face. Ren's eyes are peacefully closed, the long eyelashes projecting thin shadows onto— damn, I'm thinking about her cheeks. Her mouth is slightly open, letting me hear the quiet sound of her breathing. Her usually messy hair is even more so today, lying in complete disarray over half of her face and forehead. Her bag is laying at her feet like a forgotten rag doll. A few books and pens have fallen out of it near her seat. The scene makes me smile a little. I touch and sniff Ren's hair a bit. I touch Ren's head lightly, sweeping a few stray hairs off her ear. Her hair feels warm against my palm. Ren stirs and I retract my hand on reflex, feeling embarrassed for touching her so casually. She looks so vulnerable, like any sleeping person. It's possible not to feel fondness towards her. I sit on the desktop of whoever is in front of Ren, then draw the window slightly open to get some fresh air in. Hopefully it'll wake her up and I won't need to resort to cruder methods. She doesn't wake up, but I didn't really expect her to.
I'm honestly surprised they even animated
I'm surprised they animated this.
Again,
this is good.
The developers of this are fucking excellent.
Looking at her makes me feel tired as well, to be honest. I wouldn't mind a quick nap either, but I content myself with leaning against the large window. The glass is warm against my ear and cheek. At these windows face west. God, it's so cool. Damn it, I'm getting warmer towards the setting afternoon sun. The afternoon light is slowly melting into Ren's auburn hair, softening her outline so that she seems to be fading into her surroundings. The minute twitches of her nostrils, her hair swaying in the air current, the even rhythm of her breathing, it all gives a strong impression of a dreaming girl. Like all sleeping people, Ren looks like she is away from this world in some distant dream country. Hey, stop thinking of Johnny Cash and wake up. With her, it doesn't feel so obvious that she would ever come back. She seems so detached from her surroundings even when she's awake. In fact, she has this same kind of air around her when the realization hits my consciousness without warning. Ren sometimes looks like that when she is painting. Her focused expression gives the same feeling of being on the other side of some imaginary gap as looking at her sleeping face does. I feel a pain in my chest. There's no way I can close the gap to be on the same level with her. It hurts, even though I know that it's impossible for any two people to truly understand each other. But Ren, she's almost literally in another world when she's talking about art, thinking about art, or making art. It's a world that I or anyone else really can't share with her, just like the world of her dreams. Ren still doesn't show any sign of waking up, so I'm faced with the decision to either rouse her myself or wait for her to awaken on her own. I choose the latter. Waiting is something I am good at. I found that out during my hospitalization, but even the hospital ward was more lively than the school after classes are over. The only sounds in this place are the loud ticking of the clock above the door and the distant voices of students down on the grounds. A genuine summer breeze blows inside from the window I cracked open, full of warmth and carrying the scent of light. I look outside to see where it came from, but I'm dazzled almost instantly. The window glass seems to trap all the sunlight within, making it painful to look that way. All I can glimpse through the window are the dark silhouettes of the trees and the wall around the campus against the setting sun's radiance. As I turn back to watch Ren, she stirs again. A single tear warms down
That's
from...
clearly 2 tears. There's one on both eyes.
Yes, down the corner of her eye, slowly making its way across her face before it falls onto the desk. It's tiny, barely a droplet, but it captivates me. Another tear follows the first, and then a third. A feeling of anxiety overcomes me, petrifying me on the spot. It's a strange seeing Rin's face peaceful as she sleeps, at the same time as tears stream down her cheeks, wetting the wooden desktop she rests her head on. Oh no, I think she's being overwhelmed.
Maybe.
I don't know what to do, so I do nothing, and I just watch the tears roll one by one down her face. I wonder what she's dreaming about. Rin wakes up after one final flinch, or perhaps because of her tears. She sits upright and yawns so excessively it looks like her jaw might dislocate. I yawn like that all the time. She notices my presence, but her reaction is more like the lack of any reaction at all. It's just an acknowledgement, so no startled gasp or anything. Hello. Good morning. She's so groggy she can't even return my smile that I somehow can't stretch to be entirely honest. Rin notices her wet cheeks and quickly wipes them on her shoulders of her shirt. It seems she isn't at all surprised or flustered by them. You cried in your sleep. A bad dream? No, it's a peaceful dream. It's nothing like that. It's something I've learned to do from other people. It's a funny story I'll tell you later. On second thought, not really that funny at all. I guess I won't tell you. Do you want something, or did you just come to watch me sleep?
I like the idea that slowly over the course of this, he actually does have a fetish for watching girls sleep.
I wanted to see you after classes. Oh, well, it's after classes now, and I'm seeing you right here.
That is true.
Yeah, I just wanted to say good luck or something. I figured the upcoming weeks are going to be a lot of work for you. Thanks. Rin yawns again and blinks a few times. I feel weird. Didn't really sleep much last night at all. Butterflies in your stomach? What? No, I mean, yes. She was surprised about that. I know what that means. Butterflies. Don't really feel so good now. It'll be fine. You are so confident. Someday it will bite you in the ear. I'll look forward to it.
Is that her saying she's gonna bite you in the ear, or that confidence is gonna bite you in the butt?
I think it's your confidence is going to bite you in the butt.
Maybe.
I think it's going to get him into trouble or
Maybe.
something. I think that's what she's saying. I think I have to go. I promised Miss Saionji that I'd go there straight after school, and now it's after school. Is it okay if I come by sometime? I'm guessing you're not planning to work long hours.
Planning to.
Sorry, I'm guessing you're... What's glessing?
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
guessing you're planning to work long hours. So if you'd prefer to avoid distractions... It's okay. It's not a distraction. You know me. I ignore you anyway. Not like Emi. Don't bring her with you, though. I wouldn't like that this time. I told her to stay away. I see. Okay, then? Yeah, because Emi would be a distraction. She feels you're not, so that's good. Ren stands up next to me and slightly walks to the door, with me following behind. The school's empty hallways, devoid of the usual crowd of students, feel very lonely. It's only a few hours since school ended, but the building seems to be all but deserted.
Yeah.
I knew the word.
Yeah, I know.
My throat is just very dry.
Yep.
Our footsteps are all that intrudes upon the stillness of the hallways. The change is sudden, but it shows how the building is just an empty shell.
Hello, the very weird cat.
Hey, very weird cat, what's up? Been a while. Dead without its students and teachers to liven it up. It's like the school has become a private world, just the two of us. A desolate place filled with silence and chalk dust.
Just silence and chalk dust. Yeah, that's fucking real.
That's a good way to describe this. Like,
an abandoned
literally,
school.
all schools have this issue.
Silence and chalk dust.
Like, they've even gone away with chalk, and that still happens.
Yeah.
I'm going to change. She says this out of the blue while we walk down the stairs from the 3rd floor, and it makes me wonder how she views this challenge that lies ahead of her. That's what most people do. Some people change.
People must do.
I know. That's what people must do sometimes. That's the last thing we say to each other that day, even though there's so much that we could talk about. And even those words drown in the encompassing silence. Disappearing into the stagnant air as if they were never said. I can't speak today. Maybe it's because I'm freaking burning up.
Maybe.
Like, it's just so fucking hot right now, guys. I want to go hold that ice pack again. The next Monday is marked by a strange emptiness that grips me, caused by the acknowledgement that I won't be able to see Rin whenever I want anymore, at least at school.
Yep.
This hollow feeling's a little bit disconcerting, but I make it to the afternoon all the same. My last class is, in a word, terrible. I think he's gonna start feeling lonely without Rin, and he's gonna realize, oh crap, I like Rin. It's not that the lesson is that bad. It is, however, boring. And it's so hot in the classroom. I feel like I'm melting. What a world! What a world! I'm going to die from heat stroke, guys. Please send me a cooling fan. The air conditioning is either broken or turned off, so the windows are open. It makes no difference since the air outside is completely still. Only the chirping of cicadas carries inside. I don't know if I'd describe cicadas as chirping.
Yeah,
I'm not
there isn't
sure.
really a good word for it other than chirping.
Yeah. Like, I get what they're saying, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm not too sure about that. The sweltering heat permeates the room. Students and teachers alike are in an almost delirious state. It's H2O delirious! I just want to stand up and walk out of here without caring what the teacher or anyone else says. I can see I'm not the only one with these thoughts too. Next to me, next to you, is Misha, is shamelessly holding her skirt up. He's been fanning her with her notebook. Okay. Only Shitsune seems to be as cool as always, sitting with her back perfectly straight.
Yeah, but that's because her heart is literally as cold as ice.
Arms folded on her chest, her eyes fixed on the equations scrawled on the blackboard. I keep shooting yearning glances at my watch, but it doesn't help the time go by any faster. I want a smartwatch so bad. It's funny, I remember how badly I wanted to get out of the hospital and go back to school. Now all I can think of is the upcoming summer vacation and freedom from classes and homework. Perhaps it's human nature to think only of the situation at hand. Finally, the bell rings. Ding dong, bing bong!
It's a fucking miracle.
Relieved, my classmates and I burst out into the hallway, already crowded by students from our neighboring classes.
Who are also in the same.
I spot Emi's diminutive figure nearby and walk up to her. Hey there! She smiles sweetly, clearly happy to see me.
Oh, Hisao, what's up? Is your classroom super hot too?
Super hot. Yes, it is. I'm melting! What a world! Nothing else is really happening though. Feeling a bit weird now that Ren's on her great adventure, or whatever you want to call it. Amy's face cracks in a wider smile and she jumps up and down enthusiastically.
Isn't it great? I'm so happy for her. I bet everyone will like her paintings and she'll sell a lot of them and make piles of money.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll work out great.
I'm totally sulking at her, though.
She huffs angrily and places her hands firmly on her hips, through with her, even letting a little anger seep into her voice. It doesn't quite have the impact she's probably hoping for, but I say nothing. Why is that?
She says she doesn't want me to go see her.
Oh yeah, she mentioned that. I guess she prefers to not be distracted. I can understand that. Oh.
I don't think I'm that much of a distraction.
Oh.
Besides, I'm sure she'll forget about sleeping and eating properly if somebody's not there telling her to do it. Sometimes she's like that. She gets completely fixated on whatever and drops everything else. Really makes me worry, you know. Is she gonna be alright?
Such friendship.
I wonder if she thinks I'm annoying.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case at all. Okay, maybe half the case.
No.
Emi shakes her head, looking amused. I'm not sure if she's joking or not.
She has these weird ideas about a lot of stuff. Things just make sense to her in a totally different way than they do to me. I can't even remember all the weird stuff she's talked about over all this time.
And that's why I love talking to her.
I don't think Rin really does either. She's the type who would forget her own head if it wasn't attached to her shoulders. That's why I just can't leave her alone. Is that weird?
She leans against the wall, managing to look distraught, yet still cheerful as always. I get a strange feeling about it, as though I were talking to two people at the same time. How would I know? Everyone's weird in some way, but if that's yours, that's a very nice way. At least I can understand what you're talking about, unlike Rin, and we'll find out more about that next time. Alright guys, that is going to be it for today's episode, so like and subscribe to YouTube and Twitch, comment to the videos if you do read them, follow on Twitch, I have saved this time, and we'll see you guys in the next Katawa Shoujo. Goodbye!
Good night, everyone.